Chapter 1. Being bald makes you stronger. You are listening at Novel Full. Audio. Underpants and headbands. It's cheap. The factory owner ran away with his sister. In law and sold them at a loss. Jiangnan was wearing a white half-sleeve. There was also a Hello Kitty cartoon pattern printed on his chest. He sat on a stall cloth and roared passionately. It was as passionate as fire. Hey! Little sister, do you want to buy a pair of underpants? It's cheap, just 10 yuan. The passing girl hesitated for a moment and looked at the stall. There were a lot of goods neatly arranged on the 2m by 2m stall cloth. Look again, there are all kinds of styles. Those with lace, blue and white stripes, Pikachus, and the ice threads are semi-transparent. The girl glanced at the pile of cool underpants, her little face flushed red. She glanced at Jiangnan again. He looked to be around 17 or 18 years old. He was handsome and sunny. He looked like a cool and refreshing handsome guy who was looking at her with a face full of anticipation. Thus, her face became even redder. Bah! Not serious. Jiangnan was dumbfounded. He hurriedly greeted, little sister, don't go. If you don't buy underpants, look at the headband. Why am I not serious? Wasn't it just selling underpants? Weren't those who sell underpants businessmen? Jiangnan almost wanted to cry. After shouting for more than an hour, his voice was hoarse. He hadn't sold anything yet. If he hadn't sold anything, he wouldn't be able to eat, and he would have to pay rent again soon. Jiangnan was worried to death. Oh! Isn't this Nan Shen of our Jiang City First High School? A great genius who has awakened the space ability. Why are you setting up a stall in this Jiang City night market? Jiangnan looked up and saw a girl wearing an umbilical dress and wavy hair holding the arm of a tall boy, teasing him with a smile. He could not help but frown. Li Mayan. So unlucky. I met my classmate. The space ability. Honey. Are you kidding me? I remember that among the only 3 Dao Tian realm experts in China, one has the ability of the space system like him. Li Mayan pursed her lips, isn't that right? When he woke up his space ability, he shocked the entire Jiang City. That space system heaven realm experts personally came to see him and wanted to take him in as a disciple. Wang Lin was stunned, then why is he still setting up a stall here? He, you don't know, although the ability that Nan Shen awakened is the rarest space ability, in the talent test, he has the lowest grade E. That heaven realm expert was speechless. At that time, he was disgusted and left. This trash talent can't reach a bronze rank in his lifetime, right? Wang Lin's expression was very interesting, this is fucking amazing. Jiangnan rolled his eyes and said, do you too want to buy something? If you don't want to buy, then hurry up and leave. Don't delay my business. Wang Lin sneered and kicked on the stall, leaving clear footprints. What? Did we say we wouldn't buy? You don't do business like this, right? Jiangnan looked at the shoe print and frowned even more. He smiled brightly, buy semi-transparent ice silk for your partner. You can use it at night. Li Mayan blushed and stepped forward to kick the things on the stall into a mess. Watch your mouth. Do you know who my brother Wang is? A strength-type awakener from Jiang City University. Jiangnan sneered and said, you scared me to death. I thought his father was Wang Gang. Wang Lin coldly said, why are you so arrogant? You're just trash street stall seller. What's wrong with setting up a stall? I rely on my own ability to eat. Jiangnan was not afraid at all. Eat. Today, I will make you unable to eat. As he spoke, he laughed sinisterly. He swung his fist at Jiangnan's head. The force was so great that it even created a gust of wind. The space around Jiangnan surged, and he actually teleported half a meter back out of thin air. He barely managed to dodge this punch. However, his entire body collapsed, and his head was full of sweat as if all his strength had been drained. This frightened Wang Lin. Damn, he really awakens the space ability. But so what? Dare to hide. Another punch was thrown, and it ruthlessly smashed onto Jiangnan's chin. Jiangnan, who had been drained of his strength by teleportation, was so weak that he was forced to lie on the ground, his head dizzy. Pooh! A mouthful of blood spat on the stall cloth. Ding! Detected blood composition, the strongest stall system has begun to merge. Fusion success, gift the stall owner a piece of cloth, a small stool, 10 consecutive draws. Do you wish to draw? What the hell? The head of Jiangnan, who a single punch had beaten down, was buzzing. Since when did a stall have a system? 10 consecutive draws. Can this give me an SSR on my OG lady? How was the drop rate? Do you want to draw? Ask again if you want to draw. Are you going to draw or not? Jiangnan. Why are you so anxious? Pump it. I will draw. Lucky will starting 10 consecutive draws. Thank you for your patronage. A consolation prize, a vigorous potion. Thank you for your patronage. A consolation prize, a vigorous potion. After thanking him 9 times for his patronage, Jiannan's face had already turned black. Congratulations on winning. 1 spirit cleansing fruit. Unlocking system inventory. Jiangnan saw 9 portions of vigorous potion and 1 portion of spirit cleansing fruit on the system inventory. Vigorous potion, effect. Increase user's physical fitness by 10 times, lasting for 3 days and 3 nights. Spirit cleansing fruit, effect. Purify the marrow and improve the talent of the user. Jiangnan's eyes lit up. The consolation prize vigorous potion sounded very powerful. He directly took out a bottle from the inventory. Duong. A water dispenser barrel full of water suddenly appeared on the stall. Jiangnan was stunned. Such a big bottle. Did the system misunderstand the word bottle? It really was a miracle. Humph, space system. Just so. A piece of trash that can't withstand a punch from me. Wang Lin was arrogantly cursing at Jiangnan, who was lying on the stall, enjoying the pleasure of crushing him. The sudden appearance of the bottle also startled him. Don't force it. Wait for me for a while. Jiangnan opened the bottle cap and held it in a domineering manner. Wang Lin. What's going on? What's wrong, brother? Did he get thirsty when beaten? Drinking barrel. After drinking the vigorous potion, Jiangnan felt a cool feeling above his head, and a surge of power gushed out from the depths of his body. His physical fitness directly increased by 10 times. Jiangnan put down the barrel and punched Wang Lin's stomach like a dragon. He was so strong that he even blasted outbursts of sonic booms. Wang Lin was not prepared at all. Bang! Wang Lin's face twisted, and his eyes bulged. He felt as if he had been hit by a truck and spat out a mouthful of sour water. After being punched by Jiangnan, his body arched like a shrimp. Bleh! This. What kind of monstrous strength is this? Li Mayan was already stunned. She couldn't care less about Wang Lin, who had been beaten into a shrimp. Because the scene that happened in front of her was too rare. Jiangnan, you. Why are you bald? Jiangnan was stunned and subconsciously reached out to touch his head. It was smooth. Damn. Where is my hair? My hair. Bald. Not a single one left. System. Where's my hair? Please don't mind these details. Details. F***ck, how did my sleek hair become a detail when it came to you? What kind of pit was more potent than this potion? Its effect was indeed strong. After drinking it, you become bald. So, being bald makes you stronger. Chapter 2. Simply cannot stop. You are listening at novelfull.audio. You are courting death. Wang Lin's expression was ferocious. His girlfriend was still there, how could he make a fool of himself? As a strength type awakened, Wang Lin cultivated bronze rank long ago. Was he still unable to deal with a small black iron rank like Jiangnan? Thus, he endured the pain and threw another punch. Bang! This punch was firmly caught in Jiangnan's hand, and he squeezed it hard. Ah! It hurts, it hurts, it hurts. Wang Lin screamed, his face twisted in pain. He began to doubt life. I am a strength type awakened being. How could I be crushed in terms of strength? Was this kid also a strength type awakened being? So strong. Wasn't he a space type? From Wang Lin's resentment value plus 888. The system prompt sounded in Jiangnan's mind. Jiangnan's eyes immediately lit up. After fusing with the system, he roughly understood the basic function. Lucky Will was drawn with resentment points. Each draw required 10,000 points. 10 consecutive draws meant 100,000 points. Just now, he didn't know how to obtain this amount of resentment points. Now, it seemed very simple. It was enough to make people feel resentment towards him. What kind of perverted hobby was this system? At this moment, Jiangnan looked at Wang Lin with a strange gaze. It was as if he was looking at a big golden egg-laying hen. He grabbed Wang Lin's fist and pushed him to the ground. Jiangnan sat on him. A left punch. Bang! Ow! From Wang Lin's resentment value plus 666, a punch on the right. Bang! Ow! From Wang Lin's resentment value plus 686. Jiangnan's punches were like rain. Bang! Bang! The sound was endless. Looking at the constantly refreshing resentment value, his heart was already crazy with joy. It was like eating delicious food and couldn't stop at all. After fighting for a while, he wasn't satisfied. He picked up the small stool and smashed it at Wang Lin's face. From Wang Lin's resentment value plus 999. Hey hey hey. Using a small stool seems to be effective than using a fist. After a while, many people gathered around to watch the show, and many people used their mobile phones to record it. This bald man is too fierce. He's young, he won't get into trouble, right? Isn't this a bit too much? Look at the person who he beat up. His face is swollen. Too much. I saw it just now. That girl even tore up this little brother's stall and said that we are stinky street vendors. Who else would we beat if not him? We have to beat him up. We set up street stalls to respond to the country's call. Li Mayan stood in place with a face full of panic and did not know what to do. Wang Lin had the strength of a 3-star bronze rank, and he was also a strength type awakened one. How could he be beaten to such a state by a little black iron rank like Jiangnan? Was he injected with chicken blood? Usually, Jiangnan was quite an honest person. Don't hit me. If you hit me again, I'll call the police. From Li Mayan's resentment value plus 888. The small stool in Jiangnan's hand paused and looked at Wang Lin, who had been smashed into a pig head. His swollen face was filled with tears. Was he actually beaten to tears? It's fine if we don't fight anymore. You have already ruined my wares. How am I going to sell them? You must buy it. Wang Lin's mentality had collapsed. He had actually been thoroughly abused by a high school student. How much is it? He asked weakly. 10 yuan each. What? Isn't it 10 yuan for 4? Why don't you go rob then? Jiangnan curled his lips, what do you think I'm doing? Wang Lin, From Wang Lin's resentment value plus 666, there was a total of 200 pieces of it, and over 2,000 yuan was obtained. Wang Lin didn't want to buy it either, but if he didn't buy, he wouldn't be able to leave today. Li Mayan quickly helped up Wang Lin, who had been beaten into a pig head, and said resentfully, "You will be kicked out of the monthly test tomorrow. From tomorrow onwards, don't even think about staying in the martial spirit class." Jiang Nan did not hear what she said at all. He even waved his hand. "Good, take care. Come back next time." From Wang Lin's resentment value plus 999. Again. Did you want to beat me again? More and more people were watching, and the money had also been earned. Jiang Nan did not dare to stay any longer. He hurriedly wrapped up the cloth and threw it on the back seat of the bicycle. He held the small stool under his armpit. Jiang Nan was riding his Phoenix 28 bicycle. He was in a good mood and hummed a little tune. "Riding on my beloved bicycle, I will never be stuck in traffic." The chain hit the wheel cover with a click as if it was accompanying him. Tomorrow was the monthly test of Jiang City First High School Martial Spirit class. But Jiang Nan was labeled trash because of his talent. Ever since he woke up his space ability and became a 1.in.a million spiritual warrior, but he had only been promoted to a pitiful 3-star black iron rank in his third year of middle school. The other students were already at the peak of black iron rank, and some of them had even advanced to bronze. If he doesn't break through to 5-star black iron rank in the monthly test this time, he will be kicked back to the regular class. Since the school distributed no more spiritual beads to cultivate, his strength could only stop here. 20 years ago, many spirit ruins gates appeared worldwide, and the spirit energy that gushed out from them made Earth enter the era of spiritual energy recovery. At the same time, many spirit beasts also rushed out to attack human society. Humans could also awaken their abilities because of the recovery of spiritual energy. After experiencing the initial turmoil and paying a terrible price, they could exchange for today's peaceful and prosperous era. However, those who awakened their abilities were bound to impact human society, so all kinds of policies aimed at the martial spirit warrior were gradually perfected. The establishment of the Martial Spirit University in all the major provinces and cities in the country, and the division of the spirit martial classes in school was one of the policies. Jiang Nan was fortunate enough to become an awakened. Moreover, it was the rarest space-type ability. However, it also gave him the most trashy talent. That was why he started a street stall. Initially, Jiang Nan thought that he would be kicked out. It was good to be a normal person. Even if he were an orphan, it wouldn't be a problem to support himself using his hands and feet. However, this strongest stall system that he had obtained by chance caused Jiang Nan's mind to become active. I hope that the spirit cleansing fruit is beneficial. As Jiang Nan thought about it, he felt a cooling sensation on his head. He had forgotten that he was bald. That dog fart vigorous potion was too much of a scam. System, what is their only effect in your introduction? You don't want to introduce the side effects. You aren't such a liar, are you? Don't care about these details. What about the spirit cleansing fruit? Jiang Nan asked. According to the system's character, the spirit cleansing fruit wouldn't have any side effects, right? Why are you thinking so much? Just go home and try it. After riding for more than half an hour, he arrived at a small alley in the suburbs of Jiang City. There was a barbecue stall at the entrance of the alley. The business was booming, and there were many diners. Jiang Nan's stomach was growling. The auntie holding the plate greeted, "Xiao Nan, did you just close the stall? Are you hungry? Come, Auntie Zhou will cook noodles for you." Jiang Nan smiled and said, "There's no need, Auntie Zhou. I've already eaten outside. I'll give you the rent for this month. I'm sorry for dragging it out for so many days." Auntie Zhou took the rent. "Aya, it's not easy for you to be alone. You even have to set up a street stall while studying. Why did you shave your head? Jiangnan, dot. Hee, don't you think it's cooler in summer? Alright, you're quite energetic. After exchanging a few more words of courtesy, Jiangnan rushed home. He wanted to see if that spirit-cleansing fruit was beneficial. Chapter 3. Is the hospital Wi-Fi fast? You are listening at novelfull.audio. He locked the bicycle on the old locust tree in his apartment's backyard. The 20.5 square meter apartment was not big, but Jiangnan neatly packed it. Under the bed, there were a lot of goods. Jiangnan didn't care about his hungry stomach. He pulled the curtains, and spirit-cleansing fruit fell into his hand with a thought. Looking at the red fruit in his hand that looked like plum, Jiangnan swallowed. What are you afraid of? There is nothing to lose. As he spoke, he swallowed the spirit-cleansing fruit. It melted in the mouth. And then it disappeared just like that. Gone. What happened to the spirit cleansing? Even if he ate a plum, it would still bring a bit of sweetness, right? After 5 minutes, Jiangnan suddenly felt that his sense of spiritual energy had become even more apparent. Moreover, it was crazily gathering towards his body. In the blink of an eye, his cultivation had reached the black iron 7 stars. Jiangnan could feel that his talent had really increased. Although he didn't know what level his talent had reached, it definitely wouldn't be grade E anymore. His heart was filled with excitement. His hands were trembling. However, when Jiangnan came back to his senses, he hurriedly touched his body and found nothing was missing. Fortunately, there are no missing parts. After drinking vigorous potion, he became bald. Who knew what side effects this spirit-cleansing fruit would have? Jiangnan was still worried. He took off all of his clothes and examined them inch by inch. Just as he was checking the most important parts of his body. Brother Jiangnan, you came back so late. You must not have eaten, right? I made a bowl of noodles for you. The door was pushed open. A delicate girl in a floral dress and a ponytail stood at the door with a bowl of noodles. The first thing he saw was Jiangnan, who was frozen in place. It was white as snow. Her hands were trembling because she was too excited. The girl opened her mouth wide and looked at Jiangnan. Then she looked at the crumpled paper ball in the trash can. She suddenly understood something. Her pretty face turned red. She slammed the door shut. The noodles. The noodles are at the door. You can eat them when Brother Jiangnan is done. Jiangnan, dot. Hey. What do you mean by eating after you're done? Do you have a misunderstanding? Do you think I'm doing something strange? Before Jiangnan could explain, the little girl had already run away with a red face. The noodles are delicious but a little salty. Don't ask, it was the taste of tears. He could only wait until he had the time to explain. Anyway, she was the landlord's daughter, and she was in the same high school as him. It was easy to contact her. Jiangnan, who had calmed down, began to study the system carefully. Looking at the resentment value, it was more than 110,000. Because he had beaten up Wang Lin and earned a lot, Li Mayan also provided a lot. It was enough to draw another 10 times in a row. Thinking about it, wouldn't it be nice if he could get another washing fruit? Lucky wheel. 10 consecutive draws start. Thank you for your patronage. A consolation prize, a vigorous potion. Thank you for your patronage. After 10 times, Jiangnan's face was already black. It was darker than coal. Thanks for your sister's patronage. Why does this, thank you for your patronage option appear on the lucky wheel? Wasn't my head already bald enough? There were 10 more bottles of vigorous potion in the inventory. Wait a minute. He could set up a stall to sell vigorous potion. Although you will be bald after drinking, he couldn't bear to create miracles vigorously. He could also earn resentment points along the way. Nice. Having made up his mind, Jiang Nan lay on the bed and took out the phone he had bought from the stall for 50 yuan. He wanted to check his phone for a while before going to sleep. In the end, he found the WeChat group of the Martial Spirit Class 1. The group was chatting fiercely. Hey! Brothers and sisters, did you see the video of the night market bald man beating up the students of Martial Spirit University on Weibo? The number of views is more than 400,000. What's the situation? Send it to see. In the end, someone sent a small video. In the video, the bald Jiang Nan, who was wearing a Hello Kitty short-sleeved shirt, was riding on Wang Lin. He used a small stool to smash him. This baldy is so fierce. This is too miserable. It hurts even through the screen. Then, if I'm not mistaken, the person who was beaten should be a bronze-level power system spirit martial artist, right? This bald man doesn't look very strong. He has the strength to crush him. He actually came out to set up a stall. Experts are among the common people. Jiang Nan laughed secretly through the screen, not expecting to be video. However, his hands were shaking. Hey, why does this bald man look like our class Jiang Nan? Him. Forget it. How can he beat a bronze-level power awakener like that? That's true. He only rose to 3-star black iron rank in 3 years with the spiritual bead given to him every month just because he was a space system awakener, tisk. After tomorrow's monthly test, we won't be classmates anymore, right? Let's go early. Good, good, good. Looking at the group chat, Jiang Nan didn't say anything and just sneered. Tomorrow. Jiang Nan had no intention of leaving. Just wait and see. Wait a minute. Is that our class Li Mayan who helped the brother who was beaten up behind the video? What? It's really her. I really heard that she had a boyfriend from Martial Spirit University. At Li Mayan, what's going on, Sister Yen? At Li Mayan, why did you fight? Tell us about it. At Li Mayan, is your partner alright? From Li Mayan's resentment points plus 555. The system refreshed Li Mayan's resentment points crazily. Jiang Nan was overjoyed. He immediately felt that his classmates were too cute. Obviously, this girl was also watching the group. How could she not be angry? She was still helping Wang Lin sew needles in the hospital. Therefore, Jiang Nan also sent a message. Nan Shen, at Li Mayan, is the Wi-Fi in the hospital fast? I really envy those of you who have fast internet. My data is almost running out. From Li Mayan's resentment points plus 999, do you think I come here just for the internet? Can you be any more shameless? Whose fault do you think it was? She did not speak from the beginning to the end, but the system's resentment points were constantly refreshing. Until Jiang Nan fell asleep, it was still refreshing. The woman remembered her hatred. TSK, TSK, TSK. The next day, Jiang Nan, who was in a good mood, met the lady from the landlord's house as soon as he went out. She carried her school bag and was ready to go to school. Little sister Yuqing, yesterday Zhou Yuqing glanced at Jiang Nan, and her face turned red again. She said shyly, Brother Jiang Nan, you should rest early tonight and pay more attention to your health. After saying that, she shook her ponytail and ran away. Jiang Nan wanted to cry but had no tears. I can't explain it clearly. Sis, listen to me. I really am not that kind of person. I just want to check my body. The trash can was filled with mucus. Jiang Nan, who was wearing a cap to cover his bald head, rode his bicycle and arrived at Jiang City First High School. The monthly test was about to begin. Chapter 4. Is that you, Saitama, sensei? You are listening at novelfull.audio. Jiang Nan walked into the classroom. The classroom, which was initially a little noisy because of the upcoming monthly test, suddenly became quiet. The handsome and refreshing face still attracted the attention of the young girls. However, they remembered that Jiangnan was no longer their classmate after the monthly test. They were also a little disappointed. Jiangnan walked to the seat by the window and sat down. The discussion among the students became lively again. Why did Nanshan wear a hat? Pfft. I guess he knows that he will be kicked out and doesn't have the face to see others. Haha. Jiangnan looked at the scenery outside the window. 3 years ago, Nanshan's name resounded throughout Jiang City. Now, the word Nanshan was already a joke. Today, perhaps everything would be different. At this time, the class monitor Li Xiang walked up to Jiangnan. Jiangnan, you don't have to be discouraged. If you are kicked, then be kicked. Martial Spirit Warrior might not be suitable for you, but your space ability is still useful. At least you can open a dimensional space to store things. My dad runs a logistics company. After you graduate from high school, you can work at my dad's company. 30,000 a month, and I can also provide you with spiritual beads for cultivation. How about it? Li Xiang's words attracted the attention of many students. 30,000. Isn't it too much? 3,000 should be enough. Haha. As expected of my brother Xiang. Jiangnan glanced at Li Xiang and smiled brightly. Are you asking me to become express delivery? The whole class burst into laughter. Li Xiang shrugged with a smile. Martial Spirit Warrior of the space system is going to become an express delivery. It's a professional deal. Just 3,000, no more. Li Xiang, this is a rare opportunity. Think about it. Jiangnan grinned and said, I know the contractor of the construction site in the southern city. If your earth ability goes to the construction site to dig a septic tank, won't it be worth 10 excavators? As soon as he said this, the whole class's face turned red. They wanted to laugh but didn't dare to. Goddamn excavators. 10 more. Li Xiang's face turned black. From Li Xiang's resentment value plus 999. Don't be so shameless when I give you face. Jiangnan was just about to speak. Having not slept the whole night, Li Mayan stormed into the classroom with dark circles under her eyes and said to Jiangnan, you will take responsibility for what you did to me last night. Jiangnan pondered for 2 seconds, what's wrong? Does it still hurt? When these words came out, the whole class quieted down, and the way they looked at the two people was different. What the hell? What was the situation? Why did you two fight at night? I never expected it, never expected it. Was Nanshan so fierce? Your circle was really messy. Li Mayan suddenly realized the problem in her words. She blushed and said angrily, you are shameless. From Li Mayan's resentment points plus 789. But at this time, a class teacher in professional attire walked into the classroom, and the pointer tapped on the blackboard, all of you, go back to your seats and be quiet. Li Xiang narrowed his eyes and said, just you wait. You'll have a good time later. Jiangnan grinned. This resentment value was really easy to earn. The class teacher said, in the monthly test, I will test your martial spirit's level, attack power, so gather up in the gymnasium. Martial Spirit Class 1 is the top class, don't drag us down, understand? The class teacher's gaze fell on Jiangnan. Many students looked at Jiangnan and sneered. Jiangnan was indifferent. Jiang City First High School Gymnasium was like a glasshouse. It was transformed into a venue suitable for Martial Spirit Warrior. The third floor. Less than 500 people from Year 3 martial spirit classes gathered from the 10 classes. After the principal gave a drowsy speech, the monthly test began. In front of the floor-to-dot ceiling window, there was a testing machine. It looked like a fist-strength testing machine. The target was made of titanium alloy, and there was a display screen on it to display the value. Someone from Class 10 took the lead to go on stage, and with an imposing manner, both of his hands were suddenly covered in flames. Then, he swung it fiercely, and a basin-sized fireball hit the testing machine. Boom! A loud explosion rang out, and flames splattered everywhere. The target was charred black, and the display screen displayed the value. Black iron 9 stars, attack power A. The student had an excited look on his face as he returned to the team with pride in his eyes. The supervising teacher said, "N, very good. Next." The students went up one by one to test their abilities. Most of them were awakener of the 5 elements, and there were also special types of awakener, such as beast transformation type, power type, and telekinesis. The ranking on the ranking list kept changing according to the rank. 2 hours later, it was finally Martial Spirit Class 1 turn. The students were already eager to try. Li Xiang was the first to jump out. He took a deep breath and stomped his foot. The reinforced concrete ground suddenly distorted, forming a concrete fist that smashed fiercely into the testing machine. Bronze 3 stars, attack power S. His ranking directly soared to the top of the ranking list. Li Xiang let out a long sigh of relief, and the corners of his mouth curled into a smile. As expected of our Class 1 monitor. Bronze rank 3. Star. This is too abnormal. Genius, I heard that his talent is an A rank. No wonder. How many students can cultivate to bronze rank? Under the crowd's praise, Li Xiang returned to the team and looked at Jiang Nan with contempt. The meaning in his eyes was self-evident. After a few classmates, Li Mayan was next. As a metal-type awakener, she controlled the metal ball and slammed it into the testing machine. Its power was comparable to a hot weapon, and it even caused sparks. Peak 10. Star black iron. Rank, attack power A. The ranking rose rapidly, directly rushing to the top 10 on the ranking list. Hiss. Martial Spirit Class 1 is full of ruthless people. This girl is too strong. Elemental type awakeners are all magic gods. Their attack power is simply amazing. Li Mayan walked to Jiang Nan with a cold face, just wait to be kicked out of Martial Spirit Class 1. Class 1, Jiang Nan. It's your turn. The corners of Jiang Nan's mouth curled into a smile. He pressed down his cap and slowly walked to the testing machine. Haha, who said that Class 1 is full of fierce people? Isn't there still a Nanshen? A noob that can teleport half a meter away, He probably can't even let the testing machine show a value. As Jiang Nan went up to the stage, the crowd began to discuss and wait for a good show. They saw that Jiang Nan did not care about those unkind words. Taking a deep breath, the muscles all over his body twisted together like steel bars. He stepped forward with his left foot, bent his waist, and swung his iron fist. His punch even created a loud explosion. Bang! The titanium alloy target was smashed into depression. Like plasticine. The 4 fixed ground corners were broken, and the entire testing machine was smashed out by a savage force. It was as if it had been smashed by a truck. It smashed through the glass window, crashed into the rubber sports field from the 3rd floor, and rolled over 20 meters. The blast of air blew away the cap on Jiang Nan's head, revealing a big bald head. The whole place was silent. Li Xiang was dumbfounded, Li Mayan was dumbfounded, even all the students, the supervising teachers, and the principal were dumbfounded. Bald. Blow up the testing machine with one punch. The students had an illusion for a moment. Saitama-sensei, is that you? He only needs a cloak. Chapter 5. Awakened after being punched. You are listening at novelfull.audio. This is AF * King Superhuman Punch. What kind of terrifying power is this? Although our school's testing machine is a basic version, it should still be able to withstand attacks below 5. Star bronze rank, right? Strength. Type awakener can't fly the testing machine, right? I'm afraid you have forgotten. Nanshen is the space type awakener. Everyone gasped. The students in the gymnasium had completely exploded. Jiangnan scratched his head. He did not expect to smash the testing machine using all of his strength. Was vigorous potion so terrifying? Jiangnan scratched his head innocently. Teacher. I don't have to pay for this, right? From Li Xiang's resentment points plus 999. From Li Mayan's resentment points plus 999. From Wang Tianyi's resentment points plus 999. Compensate your sister. Was this the main point? Hey, was the principal so angry? He wouldn't make me pay, right? The eyes of the supervising teacher also jumped. Just now, he was watching from the side. Did high school students really make this punch? He coughed twice to cover up his embarrassment. Go with your few classmates and bring the testing machine back. Don't worry, we can't let you pay. It's because our school hasn't done our job. Besides, our school should change a new testing machine. Principal Wang's face turned completely black. From Wang Tianyi's resentment value plus 999. Jiangnan secretly laughed. Teacher, don't say any more. Besides, I'm afraid the principal was going to give you eye medicine. After a while, a few students carried the testing machine on the playground back. They began to doubt life, such a heavy thing. It was at least 700 or 800 pounds. How did you blast so far away? The students playing basketball on the sports ground were all scared silly. This was the great god of year 3. He blasted the testing machine out from the 3rd floor of the gymnasium. It scared them to death. All the teachers and students looked at the testing machine that looked like it had been blown up by an armor-piercing bullet and fell silent. Let Jiangnan punch it. Although the display screen was flashing a little, it was still holding on. Black iron 7 stars. Attack power infinity. Jiangnan's name also rushed straight to the top of the ranking list. Hiss. I didn't see wrong, right? Nanshan's terrifying attack power is only black iron 7 stars. Attack power infinity. What? Wang Tianyi looked at the broken testing machine and pretended to be calm. Well, it doesn't seem to be too serious, it can still be used after a repair. As a result. Bang! The testing machine completed its final mission and exploded with sparks, completely shutting down. From Wang Tianyi's resentment points plus 999. What the hell was this? Principal, was it really good for you to be so diligent and thrifty? The supervising teacher said, I remember that you are an awakener of the space system. Why is your strength? Jiangnan said casually, Yesterday, I set up a stall at Jiangnan's night market and was punched by someone. He punched me and awakened the strength. Type system. The supervising teacher. Principal. Li Mayan, what? Jiangnan had already thought of this excuse. I was wondering why he looked so familiar. Wasn't Nanshan the one who beat up the university student with a small stool yesterday? That's true. What the F***CK double awakener? Awaken by being punched. Is it so casual? All the eyes of Martial Spirit Class 1 instantly focused on Li Mayan. Their face was full of understanding. So that was what happened. Yesterday, Jiangnan broke Li Mayan's boyfriend. That was why we had that conversation in the morning. The supervising teacher smiled and said, yes, this is your opportunity. I will report it to the school. It is 1 in 10,000 chance for a dual-type awakener to appear. I will give you another spiritual bead every month. Jiangnan's eyes lit up, thank you, teacher. Jiangnan walked up to Li Mayan after he got off the stage. With a bashful expression, he said, when you go to the hospital later, say thank you to Brother Wang. If not for him, I really wouldn't have awakened a second time. Li Mayan gritted her teeth. From Li Mayan's resentment points plus 999. The surrounding students looked at Jiang Nan with even more jealousy. Being punched could awaken you a second time. Was there such a good thing in this world? Wasn't this idea too good? Do you want to contact Li Mayan as well? Why don't you punch me too? The supervising teacher said, all right, next, class 1, Lu Wuchuan. Students, the test will be delayed for a month. Wait until the new testing machine is in place before the test is conducted again. Only then did he realize that Jiang Nan had already destroyed the testing machine with a single punch. From the supervising teacher, the resentment value plus 200. From Lu Wuchuan's resentment points plus 666. The system's resentment value list refreshed crazily, and the students who were not tested contributed a wave of resentment to Jiang Nan. Jiang Nan expressed that his classmates were too cute. If there were a next time, he would definitely change his ways. Try to destroy the testing machine as soon as possible. It was very naughty. Just like that, the monthly test ended early with a single punch from Jiang Nan. When the crowd dispersed, Li Xiang ran over and coldly said, "Don't be happy too early. With that trash talent of yours, so what if you are a dual-element awakener? It's only for a short period of glory. Sooner or later, we'll leave you behind." Jiang Nan made a fist gesture and said, "What? A human-shaped excavator? Is your skull harder than a titanium alloy testing machine?" Li Xiang. From Li Xiang's resentment value plus 888. Humph. Just wait and see. Looking at Li Xiang's back, Jiang Nan was very happy. After Wang Lin, this guy became his second crop to harvest, and he provided almost 30,000 resentment points. He had to take good care of this. After school, Jiang Nan rode his bicycle straight to Jiang City's night market. On the way, he had already started to calculate his money-making plan. Jiang City night market, sell Vigorous in the stall. When Jiang Nan arrived, he activated his space ability, and a space door suddenly opened beside him. As a space system martial spirit warrior, perhaps he could not do anything else. However, the only benefit was opening up an alternate dimension to store things. With Jiang Nan's current strength, he could only open a 3m square space and maintain it without much effort. Many of his goods were placed in the alternate dimension. It was convenient. The square stall was laid flat on the ground, and the goods were neatly arranged. The only difference was that there were 10 more bottles of mineral water on the stall. TL note. The small mineral water, the bottle cap had obviously been opened, and the trademark was also torn. The bottle had 4 big words written on it with a marker pen. Farmer's 3 punches. This was the vigorous potion that Jiang Nan had drunk. Come, and take a look. Underwear, headband, it's cheap. Plus the ancient farmer's 3 punches. It's a bargain. Chapter 6. Unique head-smashing bricks. You are listening at novelfull.audio. As the sky darkened, more and more people began to gather in Jiangnan's night market. After a series of passionate roars from Jiangnan, he really attracted a lot of people. The 2 little girls who were passing by whispered to each other. Hey! Isn't this bald man from yesterday? He came to set up a stall again. Ah, it really is him. He is a little handsome. What? Are you moved? No. Bald is not my type. If he had hair, I would definitely ask for WeChat from this refreshing handsome guy. Jiangnan. System. Return me the details. Little sister, let me tell you, I really don't want to be bald. A tall, handsome man following behind the 2 young ladies rolled his eyes and said, let's have a good stroll tonight. Our team will be entering the spirit ruins tomorrow. The young lady curled her lips. You actually said something disappointing. Let's go. Let's go and take a look. The tall and handsome guy said, what's so good about the bald head? It's not like he's as handsome as me. Just like that, the three of them came to the front of the stall to pick out the goods. Those cool underpants made the faces of the two little sisters turn red. Jiangnan had sharp eyes and saw a pair of red underpants exposed behind the tall man when he bent down. He chuckled and said, "Brother, is this year your natal year? You even wear red underpants." TL note. During Chinese New Year, if it is your year, then you are supposed to wear red underwear for good luck. People who are very committed will wear red underwear for the entire year. My red pants will never fade. Don't worry about wearing them. 2 for 10 yuan. Zheng Wei's face darkened. What the hell were you looking at? From Zheng Wei's resentment value plus 666. The two little sisters followed Jiangnan's gaze, naturally noticed the touch of red on the back of Zheng Wei's waist, and were laughing like crazy. Ha ha ha, Zheng Wei. This year is really your year. It's so red. So coquettish. Listen to the boss and buy two that don't lose color. Wear red all year round, so you don't worry about being unlucky. Jiangnan interrupted, the two fairy sisters are right. Buy two. From Zheng Wei's resentment value plus 666. Not as handsome as you. I was so handsome when I had hair, okay. On the other hand, Zheng Wei had nowhere to vent his anger. He couldn't help but stare at the mineral water bottle on the stall. He was amused. Farmer's 3 punches. What is this? Jiangnan immediately became spirited. Brother, you don't know this. The ancient Farmer's 3 punches are so sweet to drink. After drinking a bottle, your strength will increase by 10 times. You only need 3 punches to defeat the enemy. The corners of Zheng Wei's eyes twitched. The ancient Farmer's 3 punches. This bottle obviously had a lid open, okay. Ancient. Can mineral water be passed down? Waiter, give me a bottle of mineral water from 82 years old. Boss, are you kidding me? This is water, right? Zheng Wei curled his lips and said. The two little sisters were also stunned. Ancient mineral water. Amazing. Jiangnan glared at him, what the hell? Don't you believe me? As he spoke, he picked up a red brick from the side of the road and smashed it down on his head. The little sister was so scared that her face turned pale. Before she could finish speaking, Jiangnan smashed the red brick in the head with a bang. Zheng Wei, Little sister, Were all the vendors selling goods so desperately now? Do you believe me? As he spoke, Jiangnan picked another red brick. Bang! When they saw it, they began to shiver. Let me tell you, before I drank the Farmer's 3 punches, it took me a lot of effort to chop with an axe. After I drank it, I chopped the red brick with my head and tore the cover of the manhole with my hands. Just ask if you believe it or not. He took the red brick and smashed it on his head as he spoke. Zheng Wei hurriedly stopped him. Brother, don't be like this. Brother. I'll buy it, okay. How much? Jiangnan wiped the dust off his forehead and smiled, it's not expensive. 10,000 per bottle. Zheng Wei almost choked on his saliva. He was shocked, 10,000. Your ancient mineral water is expensive. Jiangnan shrugged. The effect is good. The two little sisters became interested and encouraged. Zheng Wei, just give it a try. That 10,000 yuan is nothing to you. Isn't it okay? He is working so hard and even begun to smash bricks. Zheng Wei looked at the expectant faces of the two little sisters and could only follow them. Sigh. Just treat it as spending money for his performance earlier. He had transferred 10,000 yuan through WeChat. Jiangnan quickly called out, wait a minute, brother. This is not enough. Zheng Wei was stunned, isn't it 10,000? Why is it not enough? Jiangnan said Factly, aren't red bricks also cost money? It's 50 cents for one. From Zheng Wei's resentment value plus 666. You want me to pay for the bricks? This business was not at all a loss. Just you wait if it does not work as you said. Zheng Wei did not say a word, and under the expectant eyes of the two little sisters, he opened the farmer's 3 punches to his mouth and drank it. Gulp. 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 In a split second, a wild surge of energy gushed out from his body, causing Zheng Wei's face to turn red. It's really true. Zheng Wei's eyes were filled with excitement. He was a 2-star bronze strength type awakener. With the addition of 10 times of strength, his strength had reached a terrifying degree. He clenched his fist slightly and actually squeezed the air. Boss. It's really good. Your family's ancient mineral water is awesome. This way, the team's journey to Spirit Ruin tomorrow would be even more confident. Jiangnan smiled awkwardly and said, yes. If I said it works, it works. How can I trick you? But the two little sisters opened their mouths wide. Zheng. Zheng Wei. You are bald. Really bald. Ha 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 ha, I can't hold it in anymore. What a bright bald head. It's even brighter than the street lamps. The two little sisters laughed so hard that they covered their stomachs and leaned back and forth, tears even coming out of their eyes. Zheng Wei wiped his head. Holy sh*t. The night wind blew, and it was so cold. He was really bald. From Zheng Wei's resentment value plus 999. From Zheng Wei. The system's resentment value crazily refreshed, and it broke through 10,000 in just a while. Zheng Wei was furious. Boss, are you kidding me? Where is my hair? Jiangnan patted Zheng Wei on the shoulder. Brother, don't care about these details. Ha ha ha. Heaven was not merciful. Even a baldy won't be spare. Details. I'll fight you to the death. Zheng Wei's eyes were red, but the two little sisters stopped him on the spot. A baldy is also quite good. Looking. Besides, I didn't lie to you. The farmer's 3 punches are really effective. Ha 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 ha. Let me laugh a little longer, I can't take it anymore. Jiangnan winked at the two little sisters and smiled. Now it seems that I am more handsome than the two of us, right? Little missy, pft. You're handsome. You're much more handsome. Then add me on WeChat. Okay. The 3 of them left, and Zheng Wei's lonely back was very bleak. His shiny bald head reflected the light of the street lamps, and the two little sisters were still laughing non-stop. At this moment, a Mercedes-Benz G-Class sped all the way and stopped at the intersection of the night market. A girl wearing a white dress and a sun hat came down from the passenger seat. She was so beautiful that it made people panic, like a snow lotus blooming in the night sky, and there was a touch of nervousness in her beautiful eyes. The driver also came down wearing a jacket and hot pants, revealing a pair of round and long legs. Xiaoxue, don't worry. You have watched the video of that bald man for a whole day. Is that person really the brother you know when you are in the orphanage? Zhou Yingxue said seriously, it must be him. I won't be mistaken. Let's go. What's there to be afraid of? He must still be here. I'll accompany you to find him. She held Zhou Yingxue's arm as she spoke and walked towards the night market. Chapter 7. Head Pads. You are listening at novelfull.audio. Jiangnan, who had just sold a bottle of Farmer's 3 Punches, tasted the sweetness. How could he let go of this business opportunity? Not only did he earn money, but he also earned a large amount of resentment. Make a fortune and be well off. He immediately took out a pile of red bricks from his alternate dimension. Come, ancient Farmer's 3 Punches. Drink a mouthful, and you've easily crushed this red brick. Drink 2 and kick the durian. Drink 3 and stand straight up. And live as a deity. I'm not lying, I can smash the brick on the spot. He picked up a red brick and slapped it on his head as he spoke. With a bang sound, it shattered. The big guy was stunned, and soon, many people surrounded him. Damn it. It's really amazing. Can't you even set up a special stall now? The boss is too much. Do you want to die just to earn money? Then someone said, "Boss, your brick is fake, right?" Jiangnan was so angry that he stood up with the red brick. Fake. Come. Let me try it on you. From Song Xin's resentment points plus 666. Boss. Even if it was fake, I don't dare to do it. Huh, the boss is tough. A real brick. Red color kiln brick. It's hard. This big brother knows what is good. At that moment, many people started to take videos, and more people gathered. But when Jiangnan hacked more than 20 bricks, his throat was hoarse from shouting. This group of people just watched the show and didn't really want to buy it. Jiangnan's heart ached. Wasn't red brick also cost money? If you don't want to buy a farmer's 3 punches, you can buy a headband or underwear, right? Was he shouting for nothing? But at this time, there were bursts of exclamations from the crowd. More than half of the people had left, and they were all attracted to another place. Jiangnan was still chopping bricks. The crowd was in an uproar. Top-grade beauty, I have never seen such a beautiful woman in my life. This is comparable to those stars. I love it. Is this feeling of love at first sight? They saw Zhou Yingxue in a white dress, wearing a sun hat, and her long black hair hung down to her waist. She was about 180 centimeters tall, and her exposed calves were as white as suet jade. Her facial features were even more beautiful, as if she had walked out of a painting. The hot pants beauty beside her was called Xiaoyao. She was even wilder. Blue eyes, silvery white short hair hanging down to the shoulders, hot pants and white legs, and a black vest. Her delicate navel was exposed, and she was half a head taller than Zhou Yingxue. Wherever the two walked, everyone's eyes were attracted. How is it, Xiaoxue? Have you found it? Zhou Yingxue shook her head and looked around with her beautiful eyes that were like the sea of stars. Xia Yao's eyes lit up. There are many people there. Let's go and take a look. As she spoke, she ignored Zhou Yingxue's resistance and pulled her towards Jiangnan's stall. In the end, she saw a bald man chopping bricks. Zhou Yingxue was stunned on the spot. She covered her mouth, tears soaking her eyes. Xiao Nan. Is that you? Jiangnan listened to the familiar voice and could not help but be stunned. He raised his head and looked at the girl in front of him. Xue. Sister Xue. His heart was suddenly filled with great surprise. Before he could speak, Zhou Yingxue ignored him. She rushed up and hugged Jiangnan in her arms. In an instant, his nose was filled with fragrance. She hugged Jiangnan tightly. Everyone instantly exploded. Oh my God! What the hell is going on? Is this bald boss that amazing? The two beauties are looking for him. What is his background? I saw the two of them driving a Mercedes-Benz G-Class. I'm envious. Xia Yao pouted her lips. She was happy that Zhou Yingxue had found her brother. At the same time, she felt that her beloved treasure had been snatched away. Humph. She had never even hugged Xiaoxue before. Woo. Sister Xue. I can't breathe. Jiangnan struggled for a while and really couldn't breathe because he was stuffed in her chest. Hey. Omega. Only then did Zhou Yingxue realize that something was wrong, and she hurriedly let go, her face flushed red. After a while, she wiped the brick dust off Jiangnan's head. Why did you shave your head? And why you are chopping bricks here? Jiang Nan scratched his head and said with a smile, it's hot in the summer, so I might as well shave it. And I need to save money. As for the bricks, I think this kind of business is good. Zhong Yingshue's eyes turned red again. Have you had a hard time in the past few years since you came out of the orphanage? Jiang Nan did not care, what's the matter? When we were in the orphanage, what had we have not suffered? Those with hands and feet would not starve to death. Both of them were orphans and grew up in Jiang City. It could be said that they depended on each other. When she was young, Jiang Nan saved up 1 or 2 months of pocket money just to buy her a bag of white rabbit milk candy. When she was bullied, it was always Jiang Nan who blocked her way. When Jiang Nan was sick, she was always beside him in the bed. The two orphans, who had no parents, had depended on each other since they were young and relied on each other to survive the most difficult years. She had thought that it would continue like this. But when Zhong Yingxue was 13 years old, she had awakened a fire ability in advance. Moreover, it was a mutated white flame, and her talent had reached a terrifying S grade. It was rare in the world. In the end, she was adopted by the big family, the Zhong family, and became the focus of nurturing. Even though Zhong Yingxue cried and screamed, she was still separated from Jiang Nan. After that, the two of them never saw each other again. Jiang Nan moved out of the orphanage when he was 16 and continued to work on his own until today. He didn't expect to meet Zhong Yingxue here today. Xia Yao pouted and said, hey. Don't treat me like air, okay? Little Baldy, I'm jealous of you. Jiang Nan was stunned. What were you jealous about? No. This Xia Yao, there was something wrong with how she looked at Zhong Yingxue. Could it be that she had some improper thoughts about her sister? As a big man, at this moment, he should step forward bravely. How could he let her succeed? How am I small? How do you know? Xia Yao was about to speak when she suddenly realized something was wrong. Her face turned red. Then, she revealed her cute little tiger teeth. The first thing that came up was an invincible throat locking. From Xia Yao's resentment points plus 333. She rolled her eyes at Jiang Nan. This girl called Xia Yao had such great strength. Their bodies were pressed tightly together, and her heads were pressed under Xia Yao's chest. In the end, Jiang Nan felt a heavy weight on his head. Head pads. Alright, stop messing around. Xiao Nan is still so naughty. Let's have a meal together later. Let's go back and talk. Xia Yao had no intention of letting Jiang Nan off. She had made up her mind to let him have a taste of her power. Wait for me to finish selling the goods. Xia Yao pressed Jiang Nan against a small stool like this, still maintaining a throat-locking posture, her entire weight pressing down on his back. Don't even think about running. I'll help you sell it. Jiang Nan felt that the weight on his bald head was getting heavier and heavier. How come it was so heavy? It must be tiring to walk normally. Do girls have a hard time with this? Alas, there was no other way. Who asked him to be kind-hearted? Just help her share the weight. Well. Use my bald head. Chapter 8. I must be blinded by money. You are listening at novelfull.audio. The people who had gathered were all dumbfounded. That makes one eye flush. Why don't we also come to set up a stall? They saw Zhong Yingxue standing quietly beside Jiang Nan. On the other hand, Xia Yao was standing behind Jiang Nan with an invincible throat lock. That posture was really a bit eye-catching, but this girl did not care at all. Xia Yao blinked and said in a coy voice, "Brothers and sisters, come and take a look at the goods. Are they cheap?" Hearing this, Jiang Nan shivered. Such a tall and wild goddess, using such a sweet voice to speak. Even if Jiang Nan silently recited a prayer, he still could not resist this. Why are you trembling? No. It's cold, it's freezing. From Xia Yao's resentment points plus 333. Were you kidding me? It was summer. Although Zhong Yingxue was a little embarrassed, in order to help Jiangnan sell the goods, she also shouted. In the end, such a scene appeared. The two beauties helped Jiangnan sell the goods with all their might. He just sat on a small stool like a big Buddha. He froze. Just ask if you were moved or not. Don't dare to move. Don't dare to move. The onlookers instantly exploded and rushed to buy the goods. As long as they could take a look at these two beauties at close range. It was worth it. A big brother rushed up, move away. 10 yuan for your underpants, right? Give me 10 catty. F***ck. Are you buying underpants by catty? 10 catty. Even if you die, you won't be able to wear them all. What about the rest of them? Leave some for us. Jiangnan, don't stop the big brother earlier. I'll give you the 10 catty of underwear now. And you can also buy my mineral water which is passed down from my ancestors. From Wang Tai's resentment value plus 285. From Lu Quan's resentment value plus 666. From Zhong Yingxue's resentment value plus 111. The goods were emptied in less than 10 minutes, and the remaining 9 bottles of Farmer's 3 Punch were also sold out. Jiangnan was filled with emotion. He had shouted for such a long time, but there was no effect. Look at these two girls. An expert at selling in a street stall. They were also really good looking and can be eaten as a meal. He put away the stall and threw all the messy things into the alternate dimension, even throwing the bicycle into it. All right. Let's go eat. I'll treat you today. Jiangnan was in a good mood. This time, it was Xia Yao's turn to be stunned. She said in astonishment, you have a space ability. Even Zhong Yingxue was stunned. Space system. There were only less than 10 space system users in the world. Jiangnan shrugged, what else? You're a space system user, and you came out to set up a stall. Xia Yao raised her voice by 3 degrees. So what? Do you feel that delivery is more suitable for me? Xia Yao, From Xia Yao, your resentment value plus 666. I won't tease you. My talent is the worst grade E. So my cultivation is slow. What does this space system can do for me? I can't rob a bank, can I? I still have to eat and live. Xia Yao obviously did not listen but began to think about something. Zhong Yingxue touched his bald head and comforted him, it's okay. I will be there in the future. The 3 of them arrived at the intersection of the night market. When Jiangnan saw the Mercedes-Benz G-Class, he was stunned for a moment. Was Xia Yao so rich that she started to dive this G-Class just after high school? Jiangnan was in the passenger seat, and Zhong Yingxue was in the back seat. He stared at Xia Yao, who was driving the car. Xia Yao was flustered, what are you looking at? I'm 18, and I have a driver's license. Jiangnan rubbed his eyes, I seem to have myopia. Money must have blinded my eyes. From Xia Yao's resentment points plus 666. Naughty. What do you want to eat? Let's eat skewers. Let's go to the food stall. Where, Xiaoxue? I'll listen to Jiangnan. The car engine roared, and a group of passers-by in the night market were envious. With your background, how dare you set up King Street stall? Wasn't this stealing their business? Jiangnan didn't know that the small video of his head smashing red brick was sent to Weibo by enthusiastic netizens again. The popularity had soared, already surpassing the previous video. Shaman street food stalls. Roast waist, braised tendons. Don't put chili. My sister doesn't like spicy food. Zhou Ningxue smiled, you still remember. Jiang Nan said, I have a good memory. Xia Yao looked at Jiang Nan and Zhou Ningxue and pouted. From Xia Yao's resentment value +3 +3 +3. Sure enough. There must be something wrong with Xia Yao. He had to be careful. Jiang Nan, sis, where do you school now? Songjiang Martial Spirit High School. Xia Yao is in the same class as me. We are all in the 3rd year. Jiang Nan was stunned, Songjiang Martial Spirit. The competition over there is quite fierce, right? Songjiang Martial Spirit High School was the only high school in Jiang City full of martial spirit warrior. It was fully equipped and had a strong faculty member. Every year, they would be in the top 3 in the provincial school tournament. Xia Yao chuckled, competition. It doesn't exist. Your sister is a bronze-ranked 9-star fire system. Her damage output is off the charts, and a bronze-ranked 7-star beast system is handling the close combat with me. We have an unbeatable rhythm. If not for that bastard Luo, Xiao Yao, don't say any more. Zhou Ningxue frowned. Xia Yao closed her mouth unwillingly, but she still couldn't help but say, can't we let Jiang Nan join the team? He has a space system. He must be invincible in field control. Zhou Ningxue shook her head, I can solve my problems myself. Xia Yao, how are you going to solve it? He even gave you medicine. If I weren't there, what would you do? Xiao Yao. Xia Yao gritted her teeth in hatred, but she could only give up and eat the skewers. Jiang Nan did not say anything else. Instead, he said, my sister is just a little stubborn. Come, eat skewers. Sister Xia Yao, come. Let's add each other as friends. Jiang Nan handed over his QR code. He gave her a look. Xia Yao was a little confused and added a friend. In the end, Jiang Nan secretly sent a message. Sister Xia Yao, tell me when you are free. Xia Yao immediately lost all her anger. The long legs under the table lightly touched Jiang Nan's knees. He still looked like he was a good boy. Come. Sister, add me too. So it's easy to contact each other. Sis. Did the Zhong family treat you well? Zhou Ningxue smiled, my parents are not bad. Although old Master Zhong is a little strict, it is for my good. What about you? How did you come up over all these years? Jiang Nan scratched his head, me. It's like this. I moved out of the orphanage when I was 16 and rented a house. I used to make skewers in front of the university town, sold cold noodles, and worked as a waiter. In the end, I felt like I had to set up a stall to earn money. I'm currently studying in Jiang City First High School. As soon as these words came out, the two girls couldn't tolerate listening anymore. He was only 16 years old. At such a young age, he studied while working part-time to make a living. How difficult would that be? But all the hardships were brought over by him, and the smile on his face was still brilliant. Chapter 9. Are you serious with that decimal point? You are listening at novelfull.audio. Jiang Nan did not feel that he had suffered much. It was not like he could not support himself with hands and feet. Many people in this world were more miserable than him. Why did he have to hate the heavens and the people all day long? Wasn't this making things difficult for him? But these two girls automatically made up their minds. Jiang Nan was covered in sweat. He held a plate of food with his thin body and roasted some skewers for them. Just now, he was still using his head to chop bricks at the stall. Your humble appearance was really handsome. Xia Yao had a look of pity on her face, eat more. Look at how thin you are. Zhou Ningxue's eyes were red as she blamed herself, why didn't I find you earlier? Jiang Nan. Hey. What were you two secretly imagining? I'm really not that tired, okay? It was just roasting. I sold hundreds of them at the entrance of the school. It was better than working in the office to earn money, okay? If not for the fact that he didn't want to sell anymore, Jiang Nan would probably still be selling right now. Xia Yao handed over a bank card. This is 100,000 yuan. Zhou Ningxue also rummaged through her bag. I also have 50,000 here. Jiang Nan said with a serious face, hey, although I'm handsome, romantic, and charming. But I'm really not that kind of person. You too. Are you going to support me? From Xia Yao's resentment points plus 999, from Zhou Ningxue's resentment points plus 666. Xia Yao gritted her teeth, I'll take care of your big head. I don't like a big bald head like you. Zhou Ningxue rebuked, Xiaonan. You're being naughty again. Jiang Nan shrunk his neck back and laughed. This meal was delightful. At the end of the meal, Xia Yao reached out to Jiang Nan. What are you doing? Give me your phone. Xia Yao looked at the phone handed over by Jiang Nan. Its screen was broken into pieces, and he was still using it. She was really shocked. What kind of broken thing is this? I'll change it for you later. Jiang Nan pondered for 2 seconds and seemed to have made a serious decision. Sister Xia Yao, can I hold on to your long white leg? I don't want to work hard. From Xia Yao's resentment points plus 333. Bastard. Come and laugh, let's take a photo. The three gathered together, and Zhou Ningxue and Xia Yao held Jiang Nan between them. Xia Yao hugged Jiang Nan by the neck, squeezing his face so hard that it was deformed. Come on, Xiaoxue. Come closer. Click. In the photo, Xia Yao held Jiang Nan, while Jiang Nan's deformed face smiled brightly. Zhou Ningxue half-leaned on Jiang Nan's shoulder and made the most popular gesture. The invincible peace sign. Ha, if not for your bald head being too shiny in reflecting light, it would have been perfect. Jiang Nan, Zhou Ningxue laughed, send it to me later. I'll make it my screensaver. Okay. In front of the counter, Jiang Nan rushed to pay the bill. I already said that I'll pay. You two help me sell the goods. You can't do it for free, right? Xia Yao and Zhou Ningxue really couldn't argue much. Boss, how much is it? 340.1, just wipe it off with one piece. Got it. Jiang Nan glanced around and was just about to pay. Sorry, you don't have enough balance. What the hell? What's the situation? How can it be insufficient? The Farmer 3 Punch was bought for 10,000 yuan each. Besides that, all of his goods just now were sold out. He quickly opened his WeChat wallet. He was dumbfounded. Balance. 124.69 yuan. Where was my money? Where was my hard-earned money? Jiang Nan remembered every single one of the goods sold in his head. It should be 12,469 yuan. Why was it 100 times less? Was the decimal point wrong? Did the app make a mistake? Don't scare me. I was wrong, okay. Jiang Nan rubbed his eyes and looked again. There were really more than 100 left. The boss looked suspicious. What was going on? Taking 2 beauties for a meal and you have no money. You don't have money to pay me, do you? Jiang Nan, no. Wait for a bit. System, where is my money? Where is my hard-earned money that I earned through hard work? Congratulations to the host. You have successfully paid the booth fee. Within the area covered by the street cloth, the host will be in invincible mode. The booth fee paid is automatically converted into skill points. The ratio is 100. 1. Congratulations to the host for opening the skill section. Congratulations. King congratulate your sister. What's the use of having that skill point? To be able to flirt with a little sister, you still need to buy scallion pancakes. What the hell was this price? Any transaction completed on the stall will need to pay the stall fee. The earning will be divided into 9.99. 0.01, the booth fee will be automatically converted into skill points for the host to learn skills. F***ck your stupid system. Jiangnan had heard of 50.50 and 90.10. But what was this F***king 99.9.0.1? This F***king dividend even had a decimal point. Are you serious? Envy that I'm going all out to get some money. That's all money. My headband and underpants are all bought with my money. As a result, the system drew 99.9% of my earning. And just give me 0.01%. Jiangnan immediately exploded. Was this bit of money considered money to Jiangnan? TSK. It's not money at all. The F***king fake system. The host insulted the system has been detected. Deducting money. As a result, Jiangnan watched helplessly as his balance changed from 124.69 to 24.69. Ah. 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 This big Edie. Invincible and handsome system was trying to kill me. Jiangnan froze on the spot and looked pitifully at Zhong Yingxue, who was standing beside him. The boss rolled his eyes. Little brother, you can't be serious. You rushed to pay the bill, but you didn't have enough balance. The boss' eyes were like a piercing arrow. Piercing his old heart. Zhong Yingxue smiled and walked over to settle the bill, then patted Jiangnan on the shoulder. Today, Jiangnan knew the taste of embarrassment. Don't ask. If you ask, he will just say that he forgot the password. WeChat is not tied to the card. The phone has no battery. Xia Yao, what's wrong? Why are you so slow? Zhong Yingxue smiled and said, it's fine. Jiangnan's phone card. This sister was simply too good. She even knew to save face for Jiangnan. He saw Jiangnan in a trance. He didn't even know how he returned to the alley entrance. Zhong Yingxue did not forget to wave to him while the Mercedes-Benz was speeding away. Why did they leave just like that? Do you have to be so honest? That 50,000. 100,000 or something. Don't you want to give it away? Hey, I still have something to say. Sister Yingxue. Sister Xia Yao. I'm not being unreasonable. Don't keep it. I'm that kind of person. Come back quickly. Don't let my tears fall. Jiangnan, who only had 24.69 left in his pocket, felt that the whole world was dark. As he walked past the landlord's barbecue stall, the noise and cursing made Jiangnan frown. Glancing at the store, there was a fierce light in his eyes. Chapter 10. Go and show him some color. You are listening at novelfull.audio. There was a table of people sitting on the barbecue stall at the alley entrance. The leader was bare-chested and wore a big gold chain around his neck. 6 or 7 young people were sitting underneath, wearing white tank tops and leggings. The most important thing was that they were all bald and noisy. The people sitting at the side all frowned. The leader raised his head and cursed, "Why is it so slow? Can the wine be served? If not, all the skewers will be gone." Auntie Zhou smiled and said, "It will be right there, big brother." Zhou Yuqing, who came to help after school, had her hair tied up in a ponytail. She was wearing an apron and held 6 or 7 cups of beer. She hurriedly sent them over. This time, Big Brother was no longer in the mood to drink with his little brothers. Zhou Yuqing had a pretty appearance and was petite and cute. She was definitely the big sister next door. The group of people stared at Zhou Yuqing until she was flustered. She timidly said, "Big brother, I've placed the wine here for you. 1 more cup, it'll be considered a gift." The big brother immediately became spirited. He chuckled and revealed a mouthful of big yellow teeth. He grabbed Zhou Yuqing's wrist and said, "Little sister, don't go. Drink with me. I'll give you an extra 1,000 yuan." Zhou Yuqing's eyes were full of fear, and she subconsciously pulled her hand away. But how could she be as strong as that bald head? Her wrist was red from being grabbed. Aunt Zhou immediately came over and pulled her daughter back. She smiled and said, "Big brother. Forget it. My daughter is still young. How about this table bill will be waived for big brother. Yuqing. Why aren't you going home?" The group of lackeys immediately stood up and shouted, "What? Are you looking down on big brother? Is big brother lacking that money?" The big brother still didn't let go and said with a fierce face, "What? Are you looking down on me? You don't want her to accompany me today." Zhou Yuqing had never experienced this before. Her eyes were red, and she kept waving her hands. At this moment, the older brother at the table next to her couldn't stand it anymore. He stood up and scolded, "Why are you being unreasonable? That girl is still in high school. Can't you see on her face that she is already scared?" The blood was already on his head, and the people next to him couldn't hold him back. The big brother just picked up the bottle next to him and was about to smash it on this person's head. But at this moment, a hand firmly caught the bottle, and he saw Jiangnan smiling at him. "Damn it! What's going on? Where did this little baldy come from? Brother Jiangnan." Zhou Yuqing stared at Jiangnan with her red eyes. For some reason, she didn't seem to be that scared anymore. "Where did you come from, you little bastard? What? You want to meddle in other people's business?" Jiangnan chuckled and said, "Big brother, it's me. Can't I join you?" As he spoke, he pointed at his bald head. Long Jian was stunned. "Baldy? What? You want to join our baldy gang too?" Jiangnan had a shy look on his face. Hee, isn't this because I have admired big brother for a long time? I have never had a chance. Right, big brother, what's your name again? Big brother, dot. You want to join the gang and have admired big brother for a long time. You still don't know what big brother's real name was. From Wang Chang's resentment points plus 666. Ah right, brother Chang. TSK, brother Chang. I forgot. Look at my memory. Wang Chang sneered, aren't you going to join the gang? Go. Show that old man some color. I'll let you join the gang. Although he did not know where this silly boy came from. But how dare he grab my hand? Humph. Jiangnan smiled and said, that's easy. As he spoke, he picked up the wine bottle and walked over. He wrapped his arm around the enthusiastic older brother's shoulder and sat down. The old man scolded, little bastard, you haven't learned well at such a young age. Jiangnan didn't care. He pointed at the wine bottle in his hand. The enthusiastic old brother was stunned. What does this mean? Jiangnan, do you see? This is green. He pointed at the plate again. This is white. The beer in the glass is yellow. The English name is yellow. The people who were eating at the nearby tables were dumbfounded. What kind of F***king operation is this? Wang Chang, dot. F***king show some color. I'm asking you to teach them some lessons. Why are you really teaching them a lesson about color? From Wang Chang's resentment value plus 999. From enthusiastic brothers resentment value plus 666. From Zhou Yuqing's resentment points plus 521. Are you F***king playing with me? I think you are courting death. Wang Chang was anxious at this time. As he was about to stand up, Jiangnan picked up the wine bottle and smashed it against him. Bang! Glass shards flew everywhere, and blood splattered all over his face. This sudden turn of events gave the people beside him a fright. This kid was really ruthless. He directly smashes this baldy head with the wine glass. Jiang Nan pointed at the bald Wang Chang, whose face was bloody. Do you see this? What color is this? The enthusiastic old brother reread. Jiang Nan was pleased. Oh. You got it right. Go, cripple him for me. Baldy Wang Chang shouted while clutching his head. A few lackeys' eyes were red, and they smashed the bottles towards Jiang Nan. Jiang Nan reacted quickly, grabbed their wrist, and twisted it. He raised his leg and kicked out. He kicked the lackey 7 to 8 meters away and hit his head against the alley wall. Trigger skill. Hand-to-hand combat. Current level. Hand-to-hand combat. Level 1. Do you want to add skill points? Currently possessed skill points. 123 points. Jiang Nan was stunned. Was this skill section that he had lost his money for? Skill points were converted from the booth fees he had paid. Add. Give me full points. Add 100 skill points, remaining skill points. 23, hand-to-hand combat. Level 100. Automatically leveled up. Hand-to-hand combat, proficient. Level 1. In an instant, countless pieces of information flooded into Jiang Nan's mind. His eyes lit up. So this was how a fight was supposed to be. In the face of the incoming bottle of wine, Jiang Nan easily dodged to the side and raised his leg to hit the lackey. The bridge of this lackey nose was smashed into pieces, and his face was covered in blood. In the blink of an eye, 7 or 8 energetic young men were all lying on the ground and wailing. The baldy leader was shocked. Jiang Nan raised his hand and slapped him. He was beaten until he spat out half of his teeth on the spot. Zhou Yuqing covered her mouth, her face full of shock. Was brother Jiang Nan so good at fighting? He was so courageous. She felt like she was watching an action movie just now. None of the 8 people had touched Jiang Nan, and they were defeated with just 3 punches and 2 kicks. Haha. It's so satisfying. Little brother, you're so fierce. Jiang Nan scratched his head and smiled. Big brothers, continue eating. Don't ruin the mood. I have something to talk to this grandson. As he spoke, he picked up the bald man's belt. This baldy who weighed more than 200 pounds was lifted by him without any difficulty at all. These baldy lackeys had terrified expressions. They had probably provoked a tough one today.